You know what it is, Power 99. I mean to say what? My girl Bridget Kelly is here. Rock Nation artist.
I'm here.
Got the song with Kendrick Lamar, Street Dreaming, banger.
Thank you.
I love. It has swag. It has like hip hop. It's like R&B. It's like, it's street. It's like everything wrapped up in one.
Yes.
So, it was a good look to put Kendrick on the song.
It was. I feel like there's not a lot of hip hop R&B fusion these days. Mm-hmm. So I felt like it was kind of dope to bring on the illest rapper right now and put him on an R&B record with me. And he's, as crazy popular as he is right now too, he's had to fight his way to the top too. You know what I mean? And I think, we're both up and coming artists and new to the game and really excited about what's going on and just living out our dreams.
I'm happy you made time to come to the video set because a lot of people won't ever make that time, or your schedule sometimes conflicts. Nothing personal, just you can't get on the same page. You got the budget ready. You got to film the video. So it was dope that he was even in the video too. We
had to shoot the video. Actually, we had a show together that day in North Carolina, so we had to shoot it there. That was the only day that we had that was free, which was a show day. Literally had a day of travel and then a day of shooting and then a show and then on to the next. So. We crammed that in. We banged that video out as quickly as possible, and it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, something different. Super happy when I saw that you finally got the green light from the powers that be for September-ish. Right.
Yes.
So, what determines what day it is? Who makes that call? When does that happen?
It's an open dialogue. It's not one person that chooses. I can't just debo and be like, yeah, it's coming out September 1st. It's definitely, it's always a conversation, and truthfully, it's my first album, so I'm blessed to be with a label that knows what they're doing in terms of, what to release and when, and I feel like, it's whenever we can agree on a date, or, hopefully they'll bend in my favor.
It must be so difficult for you for just dealing with the politics of this. Because I don't think people realize how much politics there are and the behind the scenes that go into this.
It's hard. Yeah. It's really hard. When you're a woman especially, it's you got to fight to be taken even more seriously. So it's rough. But I will say that having, Tata and Jay Brown and Jay as the big brothers has really helped my process a lot with trying to make sure everything gets done. And you know what? The last 5 years I've been signed for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in September, October. Yeah. My management, Black Book, has really kept me from going crazy. You know what I mean? They've kept me from going over the edge and taking things too far and saying too much. And, they've reeled me in and kept me grounded. And, I'd be lost without them. So to have them and then be able to, walk into a place like The Rock and have a home there is definitely keeps me focused and reminds me how blessed I am.
Yeah. I definitely have seen growth from you. Because I remember before, you had just put out the first song. I've just seen, even in this interview, I remember, the interview that we had.
Nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about.
And now look at us. Look at you.
Thank you.
You're going on tour. You were on tour with Jay. You opened for him at the Barclays, on tour with Mary.
Yes.
You're, almost there. I feel it.
It's coming.
Do you feel that way?
I do. Absolutely. I do. And I feel like it's really fruits of my labor. It's fruits of my labor. And I'm happy that I'm still happy about it. You know what I mean? I meet artists sometimes that are bitter and upset and scorned with situations, and I'm like, dag man, I pray for them, and I pray that I never ever reach that point, because I'm having so much fun. You know what I mean? Going on the road, being on a bus, but going to radio stations, different cities, some cities I've never been to before, eating the food, those kinds of things for me are perks of being on the job, and I get to do what I love every single day. I get to wake up and do what I love.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Does Jay have that conversation with you? I need the single. Does he have the J. Cole kind of conversation that we all know about right now?
I think we all have those conversations, and he for sure is definitely well, let's figure out what song makes the most sense. Let's figure out what makes the most sense. Let's figure out what sounds the best. Yeah. And honestly, I don't bring anything to Jay till I've asked everybody else. I ask everybody else first, and then I go to Jay and say, all right, I'm gonna play you this, and I'm gonna need you to tell me what you think. But he's really honest, and he's always given me some really great advice when it comes to trying to just pick records in general. Okay, well, if you're gonna talk about that, you got to make sure it's consistent with this next song. You can't be saying this and be all brazy and aggressive in this record, and then all of a sudden come back and you want to be a crybaby and weak in this other record. Mm-hmm. So it's just really developing a balance with my sound and with my story at the same time, which requires a lot of soul searching, and it's rough, but I think I've really had a thick skin over the course of the last couple of years. So I feel really confident about where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell, like, you can kind of just feel the vibe. I remember when I first talked to you, we talked about Frank Ocean and how he had originally wrote Thinking About You for You and then took it back. Like, why? So have you guys had a conversation about that? Is it awkward?
Never. I haven't seen him, to be honest. I haven't seen him since all that stuff happened at all. I think I remember somebody saying we were in the same place at the same time, but we never actually spoke, which kind of, I mean, I don't know, it's silly, but it's still, at the time, I was a little, I took it personal. I was a little hurt just because I felt like, okay, well, I didn't do anything to you. Why would you do that to me? But I let it go because it's, at the end of the day, I'm an artist and there's other things that I've seen myself go through and get sensitive about that I'm like, sometimes you just, as an artist, there are things you gotta just hold for yourself and keep as your own. Even if whether it's information, whether it's songs, whether it's, relationships, sometimes you just gotta keep things for yourself. So, I mean, I can understand and relate now, getting past it. Yeah.
I can even imagine how you were feeling. I would have been like, yo.
I was pissed at first.
My dude.
But nonetheless, I mean, at the same time, he's an artist. We all go through emotional struggles and troubles, and I think everybody's entitled to have a little freak out, a little panic. And, I think, he put out a great album and the song was great. Shay Taylor produced the record. So to see Shay Taylor winning is definitely a plus for me.
And Shay's working on your album as well.
Yes. He produced a lot of it with Jerry Wonder, Pop and Oak. I found a really great chemistry with those guys and wanted to just keep it really consistent throughout with Cristal, with Sam Dew, did a record with Elijah Blake, Eric Bellinger, just really, try to just find people that I click with, and just keep it there, keep the focus there.
I've been a fly on the wall on a Jerry Wonder session and I was like, whoa, like he just put that together.
Yep.
From scratch. And he's not sitting there in front of the little machine pressing buttons.
Playing the bass.
Like he's sitting there playing the guitar, going over here, doing keys. Yep. I was so privileged and this was early in my career. I mean, he probably doesn't even know it was me. I was like literally in the studio session like, wow, amazed. So you guys were really vibing in the studio like that? Same thing?
Same exact thing. And he brought some stuff out of me. Him and Cristal brought some stuff out of me I didn't think I was going to be ready to even say or talk about, And that's probably the most beautiful moment when your process is when you're sitting in a studio session and you're, it's therapy. You're going through whatever it is you're going through and all of a sudden something clicks and something turns on and it's like it's an emotional trigger. And it just felt like, okay, well, I think we got it. I think this is going to set the tone now for everything else. And it did. It completely set the tone. We did 4 records, 3 records, and it was just like, all right, well, we got Shay records, we got Jerry records, and they all fit. Everything all of a sudden became really congruent. So it just, man, it felt complete. It felt like completion. So I was very happy to work with him.
What are the themes on the album? Because now I'm interested. What are you opening up about? I want to know.
Just love. I mean, there's a part of me. I'm from New York, so it's it's hard. You grow up in a city full of people, and you're always used to fighting for yourself and fighting for respect, and you're a woman, so you're always getting gawked at and whistled at, and so you feel like you got to be aggressive and curse and be really in people's faces. And I feel like with this record, I had to let some of that anger go.
That's why I'm like that. Is that why I'm like that?
The thirst in the streets is so real. No, it is though. We're rough around the edges, man. So it's just
But we're sweet inside.
But that's what I mean.
You press the button, I feel bad for you.
We're a ticking time bomb. But I think for me, I had to learn how to find strength in some of my vulnerability as opposed to just looking at it like, oh, I don't want to be a crybaby. I don't want to be a drama queen. But I feel like, R&B records typically, too, bash men all the time. It's just typical bitter, love-scorned situations. And I feel like I'm not bitter. I have been hurt. I have been scorned. I have had my heart broken. But I don't think I'm bitter. And I think I'm still really optimistic about love. And I think you can be both. And maybe that's why I felt like this album helped me grow. It helped me grow into the woman that I am. Because I feel like, okay, well, now I can find a way to be strong in the middle of the turmoil. So it's not just like, you look back at it later like, yeah, I'm strong now because I got through it. Nah, I'm strong in the middle of it because I'm still going through it and I'm still thugging it out. So I think, that's my growth.
Yeah. What did Neo give to you? What kind of growth? Because to be in the studio with those kind of people, it must, like you said, just bringing out things that you didn't know you had.
Well, with Neo, it was a whole different experience because that's my boy. So I went through a situation. I was like, yo, I'm crazy about this guy. And I should probably not be even talking to him or talking about him because he's got a girl or whatever. And I was at a club and I was just like, you know what? I love you. And just sent that text. And I was like, I should not have sent that text. Bad idea. But, you know, you're drunk sometimes. You lose your inhibitions. You're like, you know, whatever. I can say what I want to say.
And this is true story.
Mm-hmm. So it definitely, I was telling him about this and he was like, yo, we should do a record like that. Like, chicks never say... You know, I have too much pride. I have too much ego to tell you that I love you. Our typical drunk stories are like, oh my God, I love you, and we're crying and we're upset and we're sad. And with mine, it was like, nah, actually, I'm too cool. I'm too cool. I'm the cool kid. I'm too cool. I'm G'd up from the feet up. Too cool to tell you that I love you without a couple shots of Patron. So that's why I felt like, you know what, let me go ahead and make a record like that. And Neo was the perfect one to do it because he is the ultimate storyteller. So that's how that came together.
He did our anniversary show.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
with Malibu Red. So my boo's working. What's going on with the tours? Because I know tours are coming.
Spot dates. Honestly, I'm running around right now. I'm visiting radio stations because everybody's been showing me so much love, and I'm new. You know what I mean? I'm not new to you, but I'm new to, you know, some of these cities. They've never heard of me. They don't know who I am. They never met me. So I want to, you know, make it a point to visit everywhere and you know, talk to people, make new friends, make new fans, and perform.
Yeah.
We just did Essence BET Music Matters.
Yes, I saw the pictures. You looked fabulous, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I've seen the red carpet pictures.
Yes, that little nice little flowy number. My
you.
stylist Kimberly V keeps me laced.
I see you.
Yes.
So that's good, man.
Yeah,
what is your
so
ideal
much.
tour right now? You gotta. Who you want to be on with right now?
We're working some tour dates out for the fall. I'm gonna do some more dates with Mary in September. I would love to do some stuff with Alicia. I know she's going back out, and also Mario.
Is he on the album?
No.
Okay.
We're working on something now.
Yeah.
Him and I are working on something on the side. So
They're
be
working with Sam Dew. I'm like, Sam Dew and Wale are kind of like an item right now.
Mm-hmm. There'll be some BK Wale. There's gonna be some BK Wale music coming.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yes. I can't wait. The album's coming. Street Dreaming. Kendrick Lamar. Check it out. Amina Say What? That's Bridget Kelly. Please follow her on Twitter. Right?
Yes, at They Call Me BK. And Instagram is Eyes of BK. And download my single Street Dreaming and Special Delivery on iTunes now. And if you spend that $2, then you should go, after you spend the $2 on the songs, then you should go to bridgetkelly.com and download the Every Girl EP, which is free. Definitely do that as well.
And that last song on that mixtape?
Which one? Oh, Strange Love or White Lies?
I think, which one's the last one?
Strange Love.
Oh, I live.
Ballad, yeah.
I live to that. And it's funny because when I told you this last time, you were like, but it's so pretty and this, that, and the third.
No, I've been fighting the pretty songs, but you know what? The same thing has been happening to me with my shoes. They've been trying to fight me to get me in the heels. Now they were fighting me to get me in the pretty songs. So we're growing. We're evolving, okay? One phase at a time.
What matters.
One phase at a time.
Bridget Kelly, everybody. I'm Amina Say What?